Hey guys, welcome back. This is Bernard from the BTN HD, and we are finally reviewing Lenovo's ThinkPad X390, a beautiful, lightweight, consulting, traveling laptop. I fell in love with it automatically. I was taking this guy everywhere with me because it's so light, weighing under 3 pounds. Color is black, and the body material is made out of a hard plastic. Now, for ports and features, if you have the laptop facing you to the point that you are able to open it up like this, on your right-hand side, you have one 3.1 USB always-on charging port, and you have your ventilation system. On the left-hand side, you have your one Type-C port. This is where you plug in your power adapter as well. You could use it as a display port. You have your Lenovo docking station, but inside of it, you also have a Thunderbolt 3 Type-C port, which allows you again to use it as a display port. Next to that, we have an additional 3.1 USB port, an HDMI, your combo audio jack, which allows you to hook up a headphone or a headphone with a mic system. On the back side of the X390, you are able to set it up with a SIM card, use LTE on the fly, which is a great consultant laptop for work and business purposes. It is a combo port which allows you to hook up a SIM card or a micro SD card. All right, so let me stop talking. Let's open this guy up, power it on, and go over some of the good and bad about this laptop. All right, so let's open this guy up and take a look. Woo, look at that beautiful 13.3 inch display, anti-glare. That is the reason when I did the unboxing for you guys, it was a little dark because it's anti-glare technology on the display. So the power button is actually located at the very top right here. So we're going to power this guy on, start it up. I actually have the X390 configured with the fingerprint scanner, so that's the way I'm going to log in. I believe with the X390, if you purchase it on the Lenovo site, you are able to configure it with an IR camera. So you can use Windows Hello. You are going to lose the Think Shutter privacy thing right here. Okay, so we're gonna log in. I use my finger, log in, see if it works. Bam, how awesome is that? Now, first things first, let's talk about the keyboard. I love the keyboard on the ThinkPads. I never had problems with them at all. They're not flat, they're raised. Good distance between the keys. If you want to know the distance between each key, if you take a nickel and a dime and put it in between, that's the measurement. Okay, but typing wise, when I was typing, I had no issues at all because of the spacing of the keys. So keyboard is legit. It's awesome. Now it is keyboard is able to light up. It has 3 levels. If you press the function key and the backspace, it's off. Start, first level, and then your second level is this. It's a little high, and then you turn it off. Okay, so 4 levels in all. First level is off. Press the function key, turns it on, raises up a little bit. That'll be your second level, and the last level will be off. Okay, so that's good. One of the things I did not like about the keyboard is the location of the function key and the control key. Normally, the control key is supposed to be where the function key, and the function key is supposed to be where the control key. The way that Lenovo solves that problem is providing a utility or software that allows you to kind of make the function key act like the control key and make the control key act like the function key. But one of the problems is every time I do like a control C or control V, I'm actually clicking on function. So it gives you an option to do it software wise. Hardware wise, I don't like that. Now for the trackpad, I didn't have any issues at all with the trackpad. No glitches at all. I do see some of the ThinkPads in the market, they do have like a little line indicating what's left and right. That wasn't a big bother. If you want to know the trackpad measurement, if you take 1 quarter, 1 nickel, 1 penny, and 2 dimes, that's basically the measurement that you have on the trackpad. Nice little real estate. It's not really wide, not too small. It's just right size. Now for the display, believe it or not, the X390 is touchscreen. That caught me off guard when I was actually trying to point to something because I was like showing someone some data on the screen, and when I touched it, it moved. So that kind of freaked me out. So that made sense. I didn't really use it as much using touchscreen, especially that the X390 is not able to convert itself to a tablet. I don't really think it should have it. But for nits, depending on how you get it configured on the Lenovo site, it goes up to 250 to 400 nits. Resolution on this particular machine is 1920 by 1080, so it is a full HD display, 13.3 inches like I told you guys. It does have anti-glare display, which is a huge plus. I enjoyed it a lot when I was using it on the road, especially when it's really sunny outside and I needed to work on the laptop. I didn't have too much glare on it. At the very top of the display, you are going to get a 720p webcam. Next to the webcam, you're going to get the dual far field microphones, which works especially well when you're doing Skyping or you're Zooming or doing any type of video conferencing on this particular laptop. It does have the privacy shutter, which is pretty awesome to use. Again, you are able to configure this machine with an IR camera, which allows you to use Windows Hello, but I think the pricing will change a little bit depending on what type of configuration that you want on the webcam. Like I mentioned before, guys, the X390 is a beautiful design laptop for consultants and individuals that need to travel. It is a lightweight laptop weighing under 3 pounds, and I was using it a lot when I was traveling. I did notice a little bit of heating around this area and around the display, but the heating wasn't a concern. It wasn't to the point that it was like, oh, I can't use this laptop at all on my lap. I was using it a lot. It felt comfortable. It wasn't to the point that it's like, oh my gosh, it's burning up. I just need to have this laptop on top of a table. I didn't get to that point. Now for noise, super silent, but it only gets kind of loud around this area right here. Because when I was using it for Adobe Premiere and I was rendering stuff out like 4K or 1080p videos for you guys and uploading it to YouTube, I did notice that this guy was like going really, like the noise was really high. It was trying to keep itself nice and cool, but you are going to hear that noise around the ventilation section right here. And that's because the machine is using all the hardware and is trying to keep itself nice and cool. So the X390 is a great laptop for traveling, like I mentioned before, like several times throughout the video. But to have a great traveling laptop, there's one thing that you definitely have to have, and that's a great battery. Now, the battery life on the X390 kind of blew my mind. It lasts a long time. Again, I traveled with it. I used it for my 20-hour course. I started using this laptop, I would say, around 8:30 in the morning. And the battery was still strong until 7:30 at night with, I would say, 13 to 10% battery life, which is not that bad. But I did run PC Mark 10, and I ran 3 tests. I ran a modern office, video, and idle. For the office battery life, it gave it around 6 hours. For the video, it gave it around 9 hours. And last but not least, just not touching it, just being idle, it took 8 hours. The X390 battery life is super awesome. Like I said before, I used it around 8:30 in the morning throughout my entire day, surfing the internet, creating Word documents, Excel documents, taking notes, watching a couple of Netflix videos when I had a break, and also remoting into my servers and doing all that other stuff. I did a little bit of photo editing, video editing on it, and it lasts until 7:30 at night, and I still had between 10 to 13% juice on the battery to continue. I love the battery life on the X390, one of the best things about it, and that's a good thing. All right, so let's talk about pricing on the X390, because you would think to yourself, okay, great battery life, the price has to be super high. So let's go inside the Lenovo site, and within the Lenovo site, you're going to see that now the starting price is going to be around $900, roughly around $1,000. And the reason why I'm saying roughly around $1,000 because you still have to pay taxes and also shipping. But the tech specifications on the 390, let's take a look on them. You could get up to an 8th generation Intel Core i7-8665U V Pro processor with a clock speed of 1.90, and it could go up to 4.80 gigahertz with Turbo Boost. The primary operating system is Windows 10 Pro. And for display, you could get 4 types. Definitely going to get 13.3 inch, which is great. One is HD, and the other 3 is full HD display. And again, like I said, between 250 to 400 nits. Plus, it looks like only 2 models only have the IPS anti-glare display, and that's good. For the graphics, you're going to get the integrated Intel Ultra HD 620 graphics. They're advertising battery life around 17.6 hours. For me, roughly it lasts around 8 to 9 hours strong. Memory up to 16 gigs, and it's on board. But this summer, they're actually upgrading the memory to go up to 32 gigs. And again, it's going to be on board. It's not one of those laptops that you could open the back panel and replace the memory. Just stuck. So make sure you pick the right module, either 16 or 32. I would definitely go for 32 gigs. Storage size up to 1 terabyte, PCIe solid state drive, and you have all the security features. Again, it is a ThinkPad. We went over all the input and output ports. And connectivity, again, this machine is capable of doing LTE with the combo micro and SIM slot at the back of the laptop. Webcam, we went over that stuff, but let's take a look at the pricing. And for pricing, let's say buy now. Awesome. So the most expensive one right now that they have on the site is $1,664.10, so close to $1,700. So what are you going to get with $1,700? With $1,700, you're going to get the i7-8665U processor with the clock speed of 1.90. For display, you're going to get the 13.3-inch Full HD with 300 nits, IPS anti-glare, and the touchscreen. 16 gigs only for onboard. Remember, this summer, they're going to upgrade this particular model to 32 gigs. That's going to be an option. For hard drive, 512 solid-state drive. You're still going to get the 620 Ultra HD graphics. It's integrated. I think all the models are going to have the 620 graphics chip. Fingerprint reader, only for this model. Other models don't have the fingerprint reader. I would definitely add that. I love that feature. And all of them have the backlit keyboard. And the one that's going to cost around $900 or $1,000, you're going to get the following i5-8265U processor with a clock speed of 1.60. That's not bad. If you go inside BIOS, you are able to turbo boost it to 3.90. Windows 10, 8 gigs of memory. Hard drive space is only 128 gigs. This is only the 720p with 200 nits, but you're still going to get the anti-glare one. And that's not that bad for that price. And this price right here, this is the type of configuration that I would purchase for my 9-to-5 consultants that are always traveling, that need to check their email, use Outlook, use Word at the same time, and not have any hiccups when they're using those two programs. A little bit of photo editing with Photoshop, or just minor final edits with Adobe Premiere. I don't recommend using this machine with an i5 processor and doing 4K rendering. You are able to do it, but you have to create proxy files with those 4K files and then work smooth with them and then, render it out. So I continue saying that the laptop is an awesome laptop. So let's go inside the desktop and right click on the taskbar, go to Task Manager, and let's go to Performance and expand this guy up. So I'm currently running the Intel Core i5-8265U with a clock speed of 1.60. Holy moly. It didn't really feel like I was running a i5 processor. I thought it had something better with all the stuff that I've been doing. So that's pretty awesome. 1 socket, 4 cores, 8 logical processors. For memory, I only had 8 gigs of memory. I didn't even have the 16 gig one, and I still didn't have any issues. So that's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. So, and for the storage, I only had it looks like we had the 256 gigs of solid state drive. And for the graphics, got the integrated Intel Ultra HD Graphics 620. Wow, I did not know that I had the base retail one that's going to cost you around $1,900, depending on where you get it. And I was able to do so much with it. That's freaking awesome. The only problem that I had on the particular machine is that when I was rendering videos like 4K or 1080p that were between 5 to 10 minutes long, there was a lot of noise around this area, and it's just because the machine was trying to keep itself nice and cool. Another thing I do not like about it is the function key and the control key. It'd have been nice if the control key and the function key were in the right spot, but they're not. And Lenovo fixes that problem with using a utility to swap it out. If I close this out and you open up the utility, which is called Lenovo Vantage, I think that's how you say it, right? Once it loads up, it gives you an option to go inside the keyboard feature. So I'm going to let it load up real quick. And come on, and done. Awesome. We're going to go inside hardware settings, and within hardware settings, there is an option that says input, keyboard input, and pen. And if I go all the way to the bottom, where is it? Right here, see? Function and control keys, you're able to swap it. See, this is software based. They're still there, but on a Windows level, Windows feels like the function key is the control key and the control key is the function key. You can go that route, but you know what? It's not that bad. So overall, great machine. I cannot believe that I had the pace level machine and I did not have any problems. I love the fact that it does have the fingerprint scanner. That's a huge plus for me. You are able to upgrade the webcam to IR camera and just use the Windows Hello. I would definitely go that route, but again, it's going to cost you more money. If you have the cash to spend $1,700, I'll say go for it. Get the i7, max out the storage, and wait until the summer of this year to get the 32 gig one. Again, it's onboard memory, so you're stuck with it. You can't upgrade it. I enjoy reviewing this laptop for you guys because I used it a lot when I was traveling, you know. Awesome lightweight laptop. Perfect. Overall, hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. Leave comments right below. Don't forget about hitting that like button, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.